The wounds of Pahalgam terror attack are still raw. 26 people lost their lives in an act of cowardice that shook the very soul of our nation. Husbands killed in front of their wives, families torn apart. But today, revenge has been delivered with India launching Operation Sindoor. Launched at the stroke of midnight, Indian forces struck terror camps in POK and deep inside Pakistan. A swift, decisive retaliation, a message that blood spilled in Pahalgam will not go unavenged. Today, the families of the victims welled up as they got reports of India's strike, tears that carried the weight of love lost and the pride of justice served. And what touched the chord for the families of the victims is the name of the operation, Operation Sindoor, coined by Prime Minister. Wives who lost their husbands in Pahalgam horror have said the name is personal, deeply symbolic. A sindoor is a symbol of marriage and a sacred bond. And with that, the Indian army did more than strike the enemy. They honored every widow, every mother left shattered after the horrific attack. Operation Sindoor is a salute to every victim of Pahalgam and a promise that their sacrifice did not go in vain. Let's tell you about why the operation was named Operation Sindoor by Prime Minister Narendra Modi and what does this really symbolize. Name Operation Sindoor. Why? Because the name symbolizes the defense of Jammu and Kashmir. Revenge for widowed Hindu women. Remember, one of them was told, "Jaake Modi ko bata dena." It signifies the strength of our Indian forces that were given the operational freedom by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The term was coined by the Prime Minister himself. He was the one who gave the mission, the name Operation Sindoor. And the significance, of course, is what everybody is talking about. In fact, we are today joined by Miss Aarthy Menon, who was in Pahalgam that day with her family. Aarthy lost her father in the Pahalgam terror attack. Aarthy, thank you very much for joining us on the broadcast. India launched Operation Sindoor. It was a successful operation in which terror dens, the terror infrastructure inside POK, inside Pakistan was hit. How do you respond? What is your first response?
My first response is it's a relief for all of us in the family. This news brought a kind of big relief and comfort to the family in this moment of grief, and also very proud of this operation.
Do you feel a sense of vindication in the action that has been taken by our armed forces against the enemy?
Sure, I do feel that, and I was also telling telling before as well, it was a very cowardly act of them, the terrorists, to come to our soil and then ask for this and then shoot all these unarmed people, normal tourists who came to enjoy a day. And how courageous of India to only focus on this 9 terrorist camps in Pakistan without affecting any other normal civilian there. So
absolutely,
I'm kind of very proud and moved with this.
You know, that was the focus, to target the terror infrastructure only, no collateral damage, no civilians harmed. Is this what you were expecting? Is this the kind of action that you were hoping for after the Pahalgam attack?
Honestly speaking, I haven't thought about what kind of action we should return to them. But I was always believing, through the news and all, I saw the preparation. So I always believe something is coming up and at the right time, India will hit back.
This mission against terrorism was called Operation Sindoor, a retaliatory strike. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi gave this name to this mission, Operation Sindoor. What, do you think of it when you hear that it was named Operation Sindoor? What are the kind of emotions?
When we heard the name Operation Sindoor, my mother was beside me and she said, "This is the apt name. There is no better name for this operation." And she was having a kind of relief and she was very proud during that moment. And I myself feel that when this happened, they left the women and the kids. They didn't attack them, right? So I cannot say they didn't attack. We were left to the trauma that we have to undergo all of our life, isn't it? The trauma of what happened in front of our eyes. In my story, my father, killing of my father, my kids crying there, the trauma I had to leave him and then save my kids, the trauma of running into a forest where we don't know what is the end of it, whether we will be safe or we'll be captured or whether I will be lost in the forest. So all this trauma is within us. So the name Sindoor itself, I feel that it's a reply for the Indian women who underwent this trauma by the government, by the forces to the terrorist group.
Does this give you some sense of closure, a sense of justice? Because many are saying that this is only the beginning of a very, very long fight against terrorism.
I hope there should be a longer fight, like whatever, there should be zero tolerance for terrorism by India, and this should continue. And this brings a kind of closure and justice to our family.
And lastly, what would you like to tell the Indian Armed Forces? What is your message to them?
To the Indian Armed Forces and the government and any of the delegates who work behind it, I would like to thank from bottom of my heart and behalf of my family. A big salute to you, all of you, a big salute. Let God help you with more strength to fight back terrorism or any attack to you and the innocent people in our country. Jai Hind.
Aarthy, that's a difficult time for your family, but still you could take out time and speak with us. Thank you very much. And I think the way you summed up, that's the exact sentiment of everyone in the country. Jai Hind Ki Sena.